Are you looking for a new propane 4-burner griddle to enrich your summer grilling experience? Then you will fall in love with the Mesa 400. It's by Monument Grills. And today I will do a review, as well as I'll cook some steaks and a little bit of chicken to see how well it performs. Hi y'all, Don here with Southern Backyard Cooking. If you're enjoying my video and would like to help me more than anything, give me those big thumbs up. And if you want to get your name mentioned or actually in the video, please become a Patron member using the link below. All right, the first thing we're going to do today is I'm going to go over a lot of the features. One of the nice things about this is it's a long-lasting grill. It's made out of stainless steel. Most everywhere in here is stainless steel. There are a few exceptions, like the backs of the doors, but other than that, it's all stainless steel, so it'll last a long time. Our burners on here, we have 4 burners, 4 controllers. Each of these 12,000 BTUs, so a total of 48,000 BTUs under the grill area. We have a burner over here on the side. It's another 12,000 BTUs, so total we get 60,000 BTUs of heat between everything. The burner on the side is really nice because now I can cook like my green beans or my baked beans or any kind of thing that I want to versus cooking it inside. I can now cook it outside, right beside me grilling my steaks. Okay, my total cooking area here is 690 square inches. That includes the bottom grates as well as the warming tray here. It does come with a temperature gauge right up here, and it goes all the way up to 700 degrees. A nice thing about it is it has this clear view window, so I can actually see how my steaks, how my chicken, my burgers, or whatever is cooking without opening the grill up and letting all that heat out. Right down here, I have a button that turns on these blue LED markers on all the burners. That makes it so much easier to see, especially at nighttime. Right next to the switch, right here is our electronic ignition. So this runs off one AA battery, and when we turn it on, all we gotta do is hold it in, and we hear the clicking, and it'll light our burners. The thing I like about more than anything is down here at the bottom, all the wheels, all 4 wheels are locking wheels, so it won't move around. But at the same time, if I unlock them, because they go all different directions, it's easy to move. The other area that's real nice is down at the bottom. It has a grease catching tray, and it diverts everything into a grease pan. So it's not just dripping all over the place when it goes through all those grease drippings, especially like when I cook hamburgers and stuff. All that excess grease just goes through most grills and right onto my concrete. I don't have that problem. All right, to light it, all we want to make sure we open everything up. I've got the gas on it. The gas is down here, propane gas. I've got it on. I'm gonna start, it doesn't matter what burner you start, but I turn it to max. And they'll flame up. And for my first cook, actually my first use, I'm gonna put it on high, all 4 burners on high, and I'm gonna let it burn for about 5 minutes. That way, if there's any styrofoam or any kind of extra packing materials that might be in there, it'll burn all that stuff off so I don't get an off flavor while I'm actually cooking. All right, y'all, about ready to start cooking. And one of the things I've done is you can use direct heat or indirect heat. I use a combination of both. I use the direct heat for searing. So my 2 middle burners I've got on, my 2 outside burners I have off. I'm gonna cook, like I said before, some steaks. Got some fillets, nice and thick, and I got some chicken tenderloins. I'm gonna take my tongs, now my fillets, I'm gonna stick them right over the burner because I want them to sear. And then my chicken tenderloins, a different pair of tongs, and I'll use a different pair once they're cooked. I'm gonna put these a little to the off. I want almost, because these are real thin, I want these to actually be almost all on indirect heat. The next thing I'm gonna do on my steaks is I have a wireless thermometer. My steaks, I like to know exactly when they're gonna be done. So I'm putting my probe right into the middle of each of them. One's gonna be for me, one's gonna be for my wife. My wife likes hers between medium and medium well. We call it medium plus, and I like mine medium. So I'm gonna cook mine about 135 degrees internal temperature, whereas my wife's, I'm gonna cook closer to 140. Now, if I look at the actual temperature in my gauge, right now it's about 405, 410. That's generally about the temperature I like to cook steaks on, is I like it in that 400 to 425, maybe up to 450 range. Once I get a good sear on them, I'm gonna move them more into indirect heat until they get done inside. Because I don't want the outside to be burnt, but at the same time, I want the inside to be at the level that we like our steaks. All right, it's getting late in the day, the sun's coming down and getting in my eyes. But I wanna check the temperature. I'm gonna use instant read meat probe. This one's by Thermo Pro, and I want to hit 165 internal temperature on my chicken. So I'm just going to probe them. It only takes a second or two, and I'm looking and seeing each one of them, because sometimes some of them won't be quite there. So like all these are about 150, 155. So I'm gonna give them about another minute or so, and I'll pull the chicken off. My steaks, my wife's is at 99 degrees, mine is at 73. Again, I want 135 and 140. So I'm gonna keep cooking those, and I pulled them for the most part into the indirect heat area. All right, the steaks are real close. Mine is at 133 degrees, about time to pull it. My wife's is at a 129, so I'm gonna leave hers on for a couple minutes. The one thing I wanna do after I do this is I wanna turn all the 4 burners up to high for about 2 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna use my Grillholic scraper and scrape all the extra crap off it. That way it's ready for me to use the next time. All right, my steak came out very well, still juicy. Nice grill marks all the way across it. Probably will be excellent. I usually is, especially when I cook it the way I cook them. But as you can see, this grill does an outstanding job. And it is so versatile that we can do everything out here. If I'm grilling and I want to cook other things, I really like the side burner. It allows me to do a lot of extra stuff, especially with my other equipment. Because on that side burners, I'll be making my own homemade barbecue sauce. All right, one of my best bets. Some people just do not like cooking on propane. You can either cook on an egg type or charcoal, or you can cook on a smoker. But one of the things I would suggest, if you don't like using a propane grill, go and watch my video where I compare my Z-Grills smoker grill to my Oklahoma Joe's DLX 1200. The DLX 1200 for a smoker and a grill is absolutely one of the best things I've ever gotten. But watch that video. And until next time, guys.